Okay, so first of all, I want to give you this resource, if you want to write it down, lists.nextmark.com. This is a mailing list finder. Now, I actually use a paid mailing list finder, which is about $800, $1,000 to become part of, but this pretty much does exactly the same thing. This is why I'm going to talk about this one today, but I will, for our elite members, do more and more training on this. As I said, today was more focused on strategy than tactic, but I want to share this with you because I want you guys to feel confident that you can go out and list build, because I'd be worried if today you didn't leave realising how important that is within your business. So with Mailing List Finder, it's kind of like a search engine. The only difference is what it does is it finds mailing lists for you. People that have mailing lists, often buyer lists, people who have bought products within your market that you can straight away go through a broker and you can agree to send an email to that list of subscribers with a promotion of your choice. Now, that doesn't mean that you send ClickBank promotions or direct affiliate promotions. This means that you promote your landing pages, whether it be as an affiliate with your form or whether it be anything else, but you do not go out there and start sending traffic to affiliate promotions thinking you're going to get rich. It all still comes down to list building so that you can follow up with these subscribers. Now, it's kind of called rent a list because what you do, you don't buy the names and email addresses. What you do is you buy the ability for the list broker to arrange for a mailing to go out on your behalf. So it's like, for example, Carl, you coming to me and saying, Stuart, I have a product within your market, within the internet marketing niche. I've got a plugin for WordPress. It's absolutely awesome. What I'd like to do is I'd actually like to mail your list of subscribers this promotion. How do you feel about that? And it'd be like me saying, well, I'm happy for you to do it, but it's going to cost you $100 for every 1,000 subscribers. I've got 100,000 subscribers. It's up to you how much of that you take. And then what you'd do is you'd create the ad or share the ad, or we would create the ad for you, and then that email would go out to that list of subscribers with that promotion. Now, the reason that is incredibly powerful is because what you're effectively doing is targeting a very targeted list. You're taking those names and email addresses and you're adding them onto your list, or a percentage of them. Naturally, there's going to be a conversion rate because what you're not doing, and I have to make this clear, you're not buying the names and email addresses. You're buying the ability to email them. So only people that click and then go in and enter their name and email address will then become on my list, okay? But it's an incredibly effective way. So you'll see here that you can do consumer, you can do business, post mail, email, telephone. Now, I only do email. I don't do offline. I know loads of people. Who here has heard of Andrew Reynolds? Yeah. Okay, the guy's made 50 million quid in offline marketing. You know, he does pretty much snail mail for most of his business. A lot of people say he's an internet marketer. He's not. You know, the guy started to leverage the internet, and then I think he ended up disappearing because it didn't work anywhere near as effectively as it did for offline. So, you know, as a marketer, learning offline marketing is incredibly powerful. I just choose to leverage the internet because I can't be bothered with all the snail mail stuff that's involved. So what you can actually do is enter your keywords just like you would in Google. So, for example, if I put stay at home mums, just like we were discussing on the board, search 60,000 mailing lists, what this is going to do, it's going to return through the broker from the mailing list finder lists that are relevant to those keywords, and it's going to tell me, as I hopefully we'll see in a moment, it's going to tell me the size of the list, the type of list, whether it's an opt-in list, a double opt-in list, whether it's a buyer's list. Something I would say to you now, a buyer list is incredibly powerful because it's people that have got their credit cards out and purchased similar products within your marketplace. So what you'll see here is different lists. So, for example, this second one, work at home mums, business opportunity seekers. We have the option of buying a mailing list. We have the option of an email list. We have an option of telephone numbers. Size, 163,500 subscribers, okay, within that market. Now, if I actually click that link, what I'll then get is a lot more information and detail. So first of all, the first thing I want you to look at is the source, direct response. This is what you want. Direct response means they have responded directly to a marketing or an advertisement, okay? It means that they're not surveyed. It means that they're not collected from some sort of phone book, you know, or they're not, you know, some data that's been ripped off from somewhere. This is data response, and you'll see that they've confirmed, privacy confirmed opt-in. So we know these are high quality email addresses because they've confirmed their email addresses. Status preferred provider, meaning that the list provider who is advertising this list through this search engine is a preferred provider. They've been doing business before with on recommendation. 95% female, no surprise there. I worry about the 5% of men who are opting in, but each to their own.
In between.
Absolutely. And, you know, you gain this information. So you will see here, in addition to their busy jobs of just being a mum, the mums here also work from home and are seeking work from home job opportunities. Now, a couple of things. First of all, you'll see base rate, $95/M. Who knows what /M means? Per thousand, yeah, absolutely. The reason being is that I think it's the Roman version for 1,000 is M. It's not million, unfortunately, $95 per million. So you'll see here there's 163,500, 75,000 within the last 12 months. Now, this is important, actually. I haven't seen this for a little while. So you'll see here where it says monthly hotline available. Now, what that means is that you can get more recent opt-ins. So they're saying in the last 12 months, they've had 75,000 of that. If you want to get the most recent, you can, rather than spend 95 per thousand, you can add 10, so you can spend 105 per thousand. Now, does anybody need me to explain why most recent is going to be better quality? Yeah. Common sense, yeah? So they're obviously actively looking right now, and they're active and everything else. So what this now means is that I can actually click to place my request, and what this is going to do is this search engine is going to take my information, that's going to email the information to the broker who is providing that list, okay? So because this is a mailing list finder, they don't give you the direct information of the broker who owns the rights to the or selling the list space. What they'll do is they will supply the lead to the broker and probably cut a commission or something on the back end. But the point being is this is a free search engine. You fill in this form, then what's going to happen, you're probably going to get a phone call, sometimes from quite aggressive salespeople, quite tenacious, quite keen. But you're also going to get probably an email back saying, you know, this is what we've got. What I often find, if I'm honest, the highest quality ones don't ring. They send an email vetting me. You know, what is your product? What is it you're doing? Now, a couple of things to be aware of. First of all, some mailing list owners will not allow you to promote to landing pages. Very, very few, but some will. If I get that response, I say I'm not interested. That's my approach. I only want to send to landing pages. I'm not interested in sending to my blog or anything else for other reasons we've discussed. But the high percentage of them, it's not like Google with some massive vetting procedure. What they will want to do is make sure you're genuine, you're not a scam, you know, and the list owners will want to make sure it's a half-decent product. Now, what I would often do is offer a free report. Free report for stay-at-home mums, how to leverage the internet to earn more income. As an example, and I'd make sure the landing page that I'm sending them to is congruent with that list, you know, to that target market. So even if it's a free report on internet marketing, make money online, what I would do is I'd make that landing page even more specific to that type of list. You know, are you a stay-at-home mum? You know, recent report, you know, for stay-at-home mums or whatever. And then it's the same report as you'd be giving to the real estate agent, but what you're doing is you're making that landing page more congruent with that list, so you're going to get a higher opt-in rate, a higher conversion rate. It doesn't mean you can't just send them to your standard landing page, but it's going to help you increase your conversions. So what actually happens is as you start to do this, as you start to find these mailing lists, as you start to promote to these mailing lists, you will find some massive, massive gold veins. Now, I think I was talking to somebody earlier about it. We have literally generated thousands and thousands of leads before from a few $100s. You know, I couldn't tell you the exact numbers, but I know prior to launching SFM, which was when I was doing a lot more mailing list advertising, I remember I was walking the dogs again around Virginia Water, and I'd had this promotion that was going out this day, and I was quite excited about it. It was a big, big list, and I had my phone. I'd set Aweber up to notify me of opt-ins, and I remember this is not that long ago. This is before SFM, so maybe about a year ago. And I remember the ad. I was waiting for the ad to go out, and I was like, "Oh, I hope it's going to pay off. I hope it's going to work. It's a good one." It was one that we'd spent a fair bit of money on, and the amount of emails that were flooding in, it was literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails that were coming in. And it was like literally arranging a mailing to go out to a list. If I had to pick one strategy, which is why I said it, if I had to drop everything else from Facebook advertising, which I've earned incredible amounts of money via Google, PPC, directory of e-signs and everything else, email marketing to lists is what I would do. Now, a couple of things I just want to talk about. First of all, you can find buyer lists. So here's a stay-at-home parents, mummy and me household. Let's have a quick look. So you'll see here, this isn't stay-at-home mums, but Home Solutions Craft buyers. Now these are proven buyers on the internet. Buyers lists typically will convert higher than opt-in or second opt-in or confirmed opt-in lists, but you will often pay more per 1,000 to email a buyer list. Okay, so what it means is basically internet and email users at home, just way too broad for me. I like to look and dig for very specific. So let's, for example, look at MLM as an example. Let's say you're building your MLM list, or you want to attract MLMers to get out of MLM and do affiliate marketing or anything else. IMS, MLM opportunity seekers, business opportunity seekers, MLM, list size 800,000. These MLM business opportunity seekers are actively looking for opportunities to advance their businesses through education, marketing and much more. A couple of things, 3 months hotline, so they can guarantee you leads that have opted in within the last 3 months. That will be about $90 a month by the looks of it. You can do direct mail, you can do email, it says plus 30 there. Telephone numbers, you can get their phone numbers if you are happy to be on the phone. I'm not, so I wouldn't be interested in that. But the point being is that, you know, as you look down here, confirmed opt-in, geographically they suggest the majority US based, which you'll find with a lot of lists. And what you can do again is you can get more information. What that's going to do is you're going to then here, it actually shows you the broker here, consumer base. And then what you can do is you can get in contact with that broker. Now there's a few things. When you build a relationship with a broker, and I'm actually going to give you 3 brokers today, okay? When you find good companies and good brokers, what you can actually do is work with them to help you find lists. And the better your relationship with them, the more repeat business you give them, the more priorities you get. I get phone calls from brokers saying, look, we've just got this list that's just come in. In fact, let me just show you one of the brokers now. Just to sort of show you here, sorry, as well, new mailing lists. So these are ones that have come in the last 20 hours. Female business owners, active holiday online shoppers, self-improvement, 22 hours self-improvement. I've done incredibly well in this market. The DigDev Direct self-improvement file is comprised of responsive self-improvement enthusiasts, learning materials, just seeing consumers of file. Seeing for the same buyers, no, that's confirmed opt-in, 78% female, 22% male. So that's a brand new mailing list. So I often would look at the new mailing lists that are coming in. Canadian consumer, B2B. So you can see here like lawyers' email lists. I mean, there's just like literally any market, any niche, UK business lists, UK consumer lists. So you can really sort of play around with these lists and really sort of dig deep and find the various different providers that you're going to be working with. I've always done well, as I said in my eZine marketing training, often going for lists that aren't the obvious ones, i.e. UK MLM business opportunity seekers. I've often gone into financial markets, I've often gone into real estate markets, and I've just sort of worded my landing pages to be more congruent with that market, and I've done incredibly well. A lot of people, I think everybody will agree, are struggling right now. A lot of people could do with learning how to market themselves better. A lot of people could do with extra income. And targeting these markets effectively and doing what we're teaching and getting these people through your funnel is going to be very, very profitable if you do it the right way. I think you'll agree that this information, learning how to connect with list brokers, learning how to mail to lists, etc., a lot of what we'll be teaching you in SFM Elite is copywriting. I'm going to be providing you with the same ads that we send out to these lists, so you can actually see them. I don't write them. I have Neil, my full-time copywriter, who writes all my ads for me. He can also, in SFM Elite, just to let you know, he will also be providing a service included within the membership, which all of you will have access to, where he will give you advice on your ads. So if you've got an ad and you want some feedback on it, you'll be able to post it in the community and he'll give you feedback based on that. And then you can start getting stuff out there. So as I promised, what I want to really do is actually give you some list brokers. In fact, I've got 4 here. 2 of these were given to me by an incredibly trusted source, but I'm straight shoot. I haven't used them myself. Macromark is a broker I've been using and awesome results with across various different markets. I've not given this outside to anyone that's other than a personal student of mine. It is the first time I've literally shared this information. Lategroupmedia.com, is one that was given to me, and I haven't had the chance to work with them yet. But I'm telling you, this is a guy that's a multi-millionaire. He's one of my mentors at the moment. Metaresponse.com and a directory of e-signs you all know I've used before for finding newsletters and e-signs. Now I just want to show you actually one of these sites. I'll go with one that I'm familiar with, so it's easier to go through. So these are actually list brokers that own the lists. This isn't a search engine. These are actually the brokers. So these brokers own the lists, or they have the relationship with the list owners so that they can actually go out there and find consumers like us. So you'll see here on Macromark, you've got search data cards. All of these brokers work very similar, but you can pick up the phone, they're real businesses, speak to them, tell them what your market is, and they'll give you advice and help you out. The brokers I'm giving you that I've used, like Macromark, I've had incredible results with. So search data cards. What you can actually do here is like the search engines that I was just showing you now, but with the actual lists that they've got, and you can speak and access. So you'll see here, for example, business opportunity buyers. This second one, you can see that I've clicked on it probably many times before. So here we go. First response opportunity buyers. 4 minute for real easy money, 7 ways to internet riches buyers, okay? So these will tell you when you click on here, 7 ways to internet riches is made available. It's lists of internet online generated and telemarketing sold home business opportunity buyers. They were 2,300 January 2011 buyers, 3,215. So you're getting all the data and all the information. These are people like you who are proven to purchase products like you've purchased online. Do you think that those people are likely to buy more products? Absolutely. Buyers lists are undoubtedly the most targeted list you can have, and this is why I say this is more powerful than AdWords. This is more powerful than any other strategy that I've used in my business.
What's that fourth one, Stuart?
Oh, it was just the directory of e-signs. Yeah, so it's the one that I've talked about in the back office. Now, I just want to see if there's anything else that stands out here.
Can you, with those lists, can you target countries?
Typically, no. Unfortunately, as well, with a lot of the data cards and list buildings, that they're not email lists as well. So with Macromark, what you can do under the search database is you can select email here. Yeah. So if you're not doing offline and you have no intention of doing offline, you really want to target other international, domestic, US, consumer. Oh. And you can put in buyers in your keywords as well. And it's usually very accurate in terms of, if anything, they don't bring anything back rather than just bring back a load of sporadic stuff. It's quite a good little system they've got here. In fact, you'll see here email lists. I'll just click this. So here you sort of guaranteed email lists. Let's have a look if there's anything that stands out straight away. Well, here's probably one that I've marketed with. Online business systems. Advertise to individuals who sign up and pay to receive one-on-one coaching on how to start their own home-based business. These people are interested in working part-time to earn money right away and buy online systems, decision packages via credit card from online systems website. Their information is verified, fresh and accurate. These motivated entrepreneurs are likely to respond to a number of offers. So they're buyers who have already purchased one-on-one coaching. You know, might be ideal for SFM Elite. I don't know if we've mailed to this one because I could see that we'd obviously clicked on it. Neil actually submits our ads. Now, my goal and my priority, what I'm going to be doing for my SFM Elite affiliates is that we're going to go out and mail, we're going to find lists and we're going to share those lists with you. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be spending money, and to leverage those lists, we're going to share those lists with you as well. My advice is go out and find your own lists if you're spending money. You know, if you're really on a tight budget and you cannot afford to take that risk, you might want to wait for us to show you approved lists and everything else. But I know that I've not got rich by waiting around for people to give me stuff. I really have got rich by getting out there and making things happen. But this is like, for me, the reason I love this strategy is because my biggest goal out of this product, out of creating this day today, is I wanted people to leave today understanding, as I said at the start of the day, first of all, that obviously building a 6-figure online business is very achievable. You haven't missed the boat and everything else. But secondly, I wanted everyone to really understand that strategy is more important than tactics. Really understanding the strategy behind building an online business, rather than being Mr. Tactics, or rather than knowing 1,000,001 traffic strategies, rather than being a whiz kid, a guru, a HTML expert, a graphic designer, a master of all trades is not what is required. And, where I get disheartened even talking to a lot of people that have been trying to make money online for a long period of time, particularly on events, and I get like 2 or 3 minute conversations, is I just listen to what people are telling me, and I unfortunately don't have enough time in my day to speak to all of these poor people that are literally chasing their tails and just approaching online business with the completely wrong mindset, i.e. spreading themselves too thin, going into things as an opportunity seeker rather than as an entrepreneur, and literally trying to master every tactic and spreading themselves so thin that they end up like literally getting absolutely no results. What I want you guys to continue to learn from me and work is how to strategically build your online business as a system. How to build your business where you can actually effectively go out there. As I said earlier, you put X amount of money in, X amount of money comes out, and that's our intentions for our affiliates. That's our intentions as an educational product for people to learn and understand so they can implement and build the businesses in their own markets, places of interest. Today has been a day of really focusing on strategy, and when I do 2-day workshops, then what we do is we actually spend a lot of time doing the actual tactics. Now, one thing I want to say is, as SFM Elite members, that's what we're going to be focusing on teaching you. We're going to be focusing on teaching you the tactics, tactic after tactic after tactic, because they are important, even if it's to make an informed decision on what tactics you're going to outsource. One thing I won't say is that I'm like one of these guys that just outsources literally everything. It may sound like that, but actually most things I outsource, I do try, I do test, I do get stuck in. Often I don't enjoy them, but I do like to see results before I leverage them on a full-time basis or outsource them within my business. And that's why we will be focusing on teaching you a lot of the tactics, but I just want to make sure that your mindset isn't that, oh my God, there's 50 new tactics in the back office of SFM and I need to learn them all, because you don't. You really don't. I know many entrepreneurs. I'll give you an example. Anyone come across Tube Ninja? Yeah. I mean, the guy's pretty much only traffic strategy is video. It's not so much now, in all fairness. I don't know if that would damage his brand, because I know he does do a lot of other stuff. His only strategy is video. I know my friend Jameson, who did all of his list building was solo ads, email marketing. I know other entrepreneurs who are just killer at e-sign, content writing and blogging and everything else. Each piece plays an important part. If you can learn multiple tactics, or even more importantly, you can outsource multiple tactics and you cover wider areas, naturally you're going to generate more traffic, you're going to generate more income. But don't just spread yourself so wide where it's like, I've got to learn 1,000,001 things. Go out there, create your funnels, understand what you're doing, get your authority sites out there, get your landing pages set up, go out there, find your veins of gold, and get your ads out there and start building your lists. And if there is one thing that I know categorically will make the difference between the success you have between now and, let's say, even 12 months' time, will be the list that you build. It'll be that size of that list. Although I massively endorse it, the quality is more important than the volume. Naturally, if you can do a bit of both, you're going to do even better, and that's what we're doing in our business. 2012, my goal is literally to build 200,000 new buyers, subscribers, sorry, in our business, and to turn multiple 7 figures. So it is a case of volume and quality is important, but you've got to start somewhere. Get your business up and running. Get your first 10,000 subscribers, free yourself up from things that you don't want to be doing, your jobs and everything else, if that's the situation that you're in, and then obviously start to scale. But can I just ask, before I go around and sort of spend some time before everyone leaves today, has that been a good session today? Do you feel that you've taken a lot from it? Good stuff.